Okay, now.
What's that you're holding, Josiah?
Well, it's Leland's medication stuff.
All right. And what's wrong with Leland, or what kind of heart does he have?
He has a hypoplastic left heart syndrome.
That's right. And is he your cousin, your dad, your brother, what?
My brother.
Yeah, all right. That's one of our helpers. We're making a video. I hope it's really helpful for you if you have a child with hypoplastic left heart syndrome, or if you have a family member who has a child with hypoplastic left heart syndrome. We just weaned our baby. He's almost 3 months old. We weaned him from the Gtube, and it took about a week. He's actually been weaned for about a week. Actually, the process of weaning him took about 3 or 4 days. Yeah. So let's go show him. Oh, before I forget, I hope these things on this video do help. I hope it's helpful for you and your baby. But we cannot be held responsible for anything that you try with your child that might have any kind of adverse medical problems. We can't be responsible or liable for anything that happens to your child. So I'm sorry we live in a time when I have to say that. But I hope everything goes great for you and your child. And like I said, it's great to have them on the bottles, and you can do it. So I didn't say that, but you can do it. Your cardiologist needs to be on board with it and very encouraging. Also, your nurses, you want to have helpers around that are encouraging you. And if you get a nurse that doesn't seem like she's really excited about weaning your child or helping you wean your child, I would say, I'm sorry, but we'll find another nurse. And
Hey, Mom.
oh yeah, Josiah, tell us, where do we keep Leland's formula?
Right there.
That's what he eats, right? He gets this. He takes Neocate and canola oil. We just put, oh yeah, we use some kind of bottled water. I've got gloves. I've been using, I bought a ton of different bottles and nipples, but the ones that work the best are the ones from the hospital. These Similac Abbott ones, and they're the 60 ml ones. We've also got the nipples from the hospital. Seem to help really well. I'm sorry, but it's hard to come across 1 ml syringes. Where do we keep Leland's list for medicines, Josiah?
Aha, right there.
All right there on the fridge, and I've got a copy of it in his notebook that I made also. I just got a 3-ring binder. You can do something like this. I put a section for medicines, a section for assessments. I rarely use that. Hold on, a section for calendars.
Can I do some video?
Directory. In just a minute. Feeding, speech, bills, info. I usually just use the directory section anymore in this one. I got a little this, you know, keep your pens in there, and a little hole puncher. It's helpful to have if you're coming out of the hospital.
Can I hold it now?
Yeah, you hold it. Follow me around, okay?
Okay.
Okay.
Hey, Mom,
So-
where do we keep Leland's bottles?
In the kitchen. Okay, I'm sorry, this is a mess. We need to show him our notebook one more time. Get a spiral notebook or something where you can write down. It's important. It's helped me a lot to chart everything.
Mom.
To chart his, how much he takes by mouth, how much he takes by the pump, what his diapers are like, what time, and everything's going on, what time he's sleeping. Well, I don't chart how much, when he sleeps, but sometimes I do. Here's his bed. We already took down his pump. We have the kangaroo pump. Here's his Gtube button, in case you want to see. We flush it every 24 hours now, but there for the first few days, I would alternate PO and the pump. And we were on continuous feeds when we came out of the hospital, so I would put him back on the 25 mils an hour, but obviously that was keeping his stomach going just a little bit all day long, and he needed a different setup for that. So sometimes I would have to let him be hungry for a little while, maybe 30 minutes or an hour. The main thing was we were trying to go for 75 mils in 3 hours. I'm sure you'll hear that if you haven't already. And we figured out finally that he needs to be, he needs to be ad litem eating. And then I keep his medicines right in here. We have a bathroom in our bedroom, you know, and that helps. If you don't, I'm sure you can figure out an even better system. I just do his medicines right here on the counter, and I keep them up here in the cabinet. I've got rubbing alcohol for everything, and I'd like to show you how we prime. I prime his extension, or I did prime his extension. We don't use it anymore.
I could go around holding the...
Okay, here we go. I would prime his extension with the milk, the formula. I don't like to give him more water than he needs. And that 5 mils for every feeding, flushing it for every feeding, and for every time you give him medicine can really add up.
Some stuff.
Hang on, that's the standard for children. And babies are so much smaller. You know, I like to give him every opportunity to get calories. Burping is important. Don't sit him up real fast and burp him. You have to kind of just wait a little while. I do, at least with Leland. And then burp him. Hey, please don't do that. Sorry about that. We do flush his G button once a night with water, with the same, you know, bottled water. I'll make a couple more videos, and I hope they are helpful. I'm sorry this is so fast. Find me on Facebook if you have time. My name's Emily Boyette.